Girls on me, on the dance floor, all eyes on me, falling like a rock star. You can find me in VIP, all eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your night should be.
Hey, go.
All right, everybody. Welcome to GoGoTalx, brought to you by GoGoTix. I'm your host, as always, Malachi Johns. Today we are joined by the most controversial man in GoGo.
That's what they say.
Bam 640. Thanks for joining us today, man.
Man, I'm great, man. Great. It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Indeed. Well, I will preface this by saying that someone whose opinion I respect greatly suggested I not do this interview. I have been a little out of the loop. I've been trying to lay off the Facebook, so I haven't seen any of your more recent controversial things. But I know that is your game. However, my goal here with this show is to look at the things that we have done right in GoGo and the things we've done wrong in GoGo over the years to that have either contributed or taken away from our chance at national and international success. And I'm not trying to be like a YouTube star or chase controversy or anything. We already had this interview scheduled before your latest round of controversy. And as you know, I set these up pretty far in advance. It's not like a last minute thing. So, But having said that, I want to start this by in the same way that we start all of them, which is, how did you get involved? Tell us your story. How did you get involved in GoGo? How did you get involved in music? What's your background? Give us.
Well, my background is I was born and raised around 640 Morton Street, which the black hole was always. You could always hear the black hole on my block. You could hear the REs, the pleasures, and all that stuff growing up. So as I got to
if people didn't already figure out the reason why your name is Bam 640 is because you grew up around 640.
Right. So that's self-explanatory. So when I first started rap, I started freestyling in the hood. The dude Andre, rest in peace. I didn't know he died from Northwest Youngers, and he later joined RE. So he started seeing me freestyle, and this when G and them.
Wait a minute. Hold on, because I want to slow you down for a second. What even made you want to rap in the first place? Especially if you come up in GoGo, and you round away from the black hole. What even made you interested in rap?
Ronnie T.
Okay.
Ronnie T was the hood star. Ronnie T was the guy who actually put 640 on the map before Backyard did. You know what I'm saying? So Ronnie T used to grab me and listen to rap, and he just say, try it. I used to try it and freestyle. He said, yeah, you got something good going on. So it came a habit of me just freestyling on deck. You know what I'm saying? It's just like New York. You got your couple of guys in your hood that rap, and then you like, just bust a freestyle. We just out there kicking it for fun and freestyling, and that what made me want to rap. Also, my greatest inspirations coming up was Slick Rick. The Great Adventures of Slick Rick is my favorite album. So I grew up in that era when that's good, and we had the radio station. They had the radio station up there by Fort Totten. So we used to go up there just to try to meet LL Cool J. Me and my friends used to ride our bike up there. But as the flow started getting strong, the dude Andre, I was saying from Northwest Youngins, invited me to the Black Hole to rap with them. Me and Nikwa. A lot of people don't know Nikwa. She was like one of the first female go-go artists that really got on. And then as I started getting on, I started getting serious with it. I used to beg Big G, man, let me get on, man, but he wouldn't let me get on because he felt like I wasn't ready. So when they first dropped the Unabomber in '97 at the Black Hole, he said, "Here's your shot. I'm gonna give it to you one time. If you mess this up, then that's just what it is. But if you do it and the crowd feeling you, we gonna keep bringing you back up here." So I went up there and I killed it. And they was in that dome. You know how they bomb go, you. And I was just putting my man to my man Garfield dropped the bomb, and like the whole Uptown was like with me. Like I was putting on for the dead homies. And then I bust my rap. They were like, "You all right." But I never let the crowd die down. So as that time, rest in peace, 35 Big Dre and Chili. I mean, she used to say, "Man, you gotta keep giving Bam the mic, dog." He hit. And then and the rest is history.
Okay, so you came up in the tradition of Ronnie T and Fat Rodney, and later on 640 Row and all those guys that
Yeah.
basically or like I remember with Northeast, like bro used to come get up with us all the time, or Sweet Town, we'll come and do some stuff. So basically, like for anybody that's watching that may not be involved in the culture, this is not a normal thing in other genres of music. You know what I'm saying? But in go-go, it's quite normal for a person who is not actually a member of the band, but maybe from the neighborhood, or maybe just somebody that's got some skill, that will get up and perform with the band. And a lot of times they'll get to the point where like 640 Row used to get up with us every Wednesday at the Met, and it became like a part of the show that people look forward to. Or Sweet Town doing Fight, people actually would look forward to that. And this is something that is not a normal thing. Like, you don't normally just see, like, you don't go see a rapper and all of a sudden some other rapper just runs up on the stage and it's like a regular thing. But of course, that's born out of the fact that the way that the go-go industry works is not the same way that other genres of music work at all anyway. Typically, you don't have artists that perform in the same place every week, 3-4 times a week. That's a thing that's unique to go-go. So tell me about, well, let me ask you this. So when you were coming up doing this, and when you wanted to get on with Big G, like, what was your goal? Like, were you trying to be like a rapper, or you just wanted to rap with the band?
At the first, it was never my chance to be a rapper. I was just like a guy from the neighborhood getting up on there. But as people started to know me around the city, I said I might be on. Like, from there, it went to the Lapina. Then it went to the Ibex. Then it went to the hot shops. Like, I'm on all these different backyard CDs that's known classics. And it's nothing, I did nothing different that G don't do. It's guys that you don't know that rap no more, like Big Dre, Fat Cat. It's so many Uptown dudes used to get on. Like, mostly the rappers that had success was on the backyard stage at first. You got Festa Big Fella, Gerard Street Garvey,
Yep.
Charlie. You got so many, Wale. All of them came up just paying their money, and G like, shit, I'm gonna give him a chance. Go ahead, rock out. And that's just
Oh,
what it was.
for a second. So you said paying their money. So who are they paying their money? You mean just paying their money to come in the club?
Yeah, to come in the club.
Get on the stage. Okay.
No, to come in the club. He never charged to come on the stage. I mean, if you got on that night, you got on. I mean, it's just paying your money, get in the club like a regular person. I wasn't different. Everybody didn't know who I was. I go in there with my crew, like 10 of us, and I pay my money, and then I'm shocked because I'm in a crowd and we having fun, freaking the females, and G like, "Hey, Bam, what you gonna do? Huh?" And he called me and waved his hand up there, and that was like my, back then, that was like my biggest stage. Like, somebody call you out of the crowd in the rock and your homies pushing you up there, and man, it was just a beautiful thing, man.
So at what point, or was there a point when you said, okay, I'm gonna take this thing that I do when I get up with Backyard and I rap? Well, first of all, did you get up with any other bands, or was it just Backyard?
That part was just No Best Youngers than Backyard. But
Okay.
once I started to fly my wings and people know it was, shout out to BJ Mental Attraction. He called me and said, "Man, come on, rock with us. I got Killer Cow. I got Bam from Steel Band. I got a whole lot of people coming through tonight. Come brace the stage." And he braced that stage.
Gotcha. And so at what point, or was there a point where you said, okay, well, I'm doing this with the go-go bands, but now I want to. Obviously, at some point you did because you got a album that you just recently put out and a video. When did you decide that you wanted to do like rap, not go-go, but
With
rap?
regular rap songs, I
Yeah.
didn't want to do that until my sister died from blood clots in 2003. Then I started writing, just writing. And my mother, she like couldn't understand. Like I was living at my mother at the time. She like, man, this guy just getting up and he writing, and I'm practicing, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And when I stepped out there, and I did it for my sister, but at the beginning, the music was trash. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you go listen to my first album, it was trash. But
Well,
go
I
ahead.
want to stop you for 1 second because you just said something, two things that were really important. So one is it were you writing was it because your sister passed away and you were writing to get the emotion out about that, or was it your sister passed away and you realized? Because I'm asking this because I had cancer when I was really young, right?
Right.
I had cancer at 10 years old, and I survived cancer. At operated on when I was 11. So to me, that sort of always put me a little bit ahead of the people in my age group. It just in my thought process because I came this close to death, and
Right.
I realized that the shit ain't tomorrow ain't promised. So was it that?
Exactly.
Was it like your sister passed away and you realized, well, if I'm gonna do this, I better do it now, or was it just you wanted to get the emotion out from
It
from
was
the
more like it wasn't even emotion. It's just I wanted to honor my sister in her own way. I think she was that great to me and the people around her that that she deserved that. And I was kind of feeling like way when my sister died. I've been hustling and I've been banging all my life ever since I was 13 on that block. And here's my sister come up, the youngest in the history to graduate from Anacostia High School, graduated from college at 20, the youngest of Morgan State history, and then died the following year. So I feel like her life at that point, her life was more precious than mine because I'm out here doing all these wrong things. She out here doing all these right things. She go and I'm still here. So I took that point. I'm not a suicidal dude, but I took that point to honor my sister because I feel like her life was precious than mine. And I started writing and doing that the first. But like I said, the music wasn't good at first. But thank God for KK and Killer Cow because they grabbed me and told me what it take. They said the lyrics was hot, but the delivery wasn't. And I was all beat, and they really worked with me. So that's where the music come from.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to touch on too, because actually, I'm a part of this group. That's that's the sort of thing that's industry people, that are working with artists that are out there in the larger music industry right now. And there was a conversation with a bunch of songwriters, and somebody was asking about how to get better at songwriting, and one of the guys was talking about Ed Sheeran, and it was like it's like getting the muddy water out. Like that's what you have to do. You have to write a whole bunch of songs that suck to learn how to write songs that are good. And it's like the water. It's like once you start pushing the mud out, the water gets clear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really all it's about. Is just keep writing songs and just keep and understanding that the more you write them, the better you're going to get at them. And you're not going to get better just by thinking that you're the greatest. And that's one of the things that I feel is a thing that we do wrong in go-go. Most people in go-go think that because they step on a stage and because, especially vocalists, and I'll say this because we have the cheat code in go-go, which is that beat. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter what you do. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter at all, but it matters less what you do as a vocalist or even as a musician in go-go because people are going to dance and react to that beat no matter what. So vocalists, I feel like, get a false sense of their talent level because people are rocking out to what they're doing on the stage, not realizing that if you were doing that same thing with just a track behind you or a regular band behind you that's not a go-go band, you're not going to get the same reaction. You know what I'm saying? So it takes time to learn how to write a song and how to perform as well. So I just wanted to point that out because, again, like I said, the point.
And be honest with you, the rap has been honorable, man. Like, man, for me, even sit on the phone with a fiend and talk about music, for me to talk to Styles P on the phone to talk about music, and the most industry guy I talk to is Wale. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to him for guidance because this guy is like one of the most hated people in the DMV besides me, but he still keeps giving back. He keeps going on because he feel like, man, he just said, man, you gotta know the stuff, you gotta have a touch skin, and then you gotta leave it in God's hands. Like he said, people that talk to me bad about me in DMV, I can't go on everybody in the DMV because I got some people in the DMV that love me, that do support me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's been the most lessons. I just talked to Wale on Monday. So you know what I'm saying? So he see everything good. But as far as the music, man, like me being on songs with Killer Cow and all the greats in the DMV, Stinking Ink and all them that say, man, they purchased my album. Like, you bought my album. Killer Cow bought my album. Stinking Ink bought my album. That's honorable enough. And then to be on the Black Kings United, we all in the same game remix, to get handpicked for that, man, it's just been honorable, man, as far as the rap stuff goes.
Well, that's what's up. So what is your goal as a rapper?
My goal as a rapper, just put original go-go music. Like I talked to Stomp making some beats. My next album that drop on Memorial Day, I'm dropping one on 14, but next one I drop on Memorial Day is gonna be all go-go album. And I wanna get that national wise because I'm kind of disappointed in go-go because I thought at the time of the pandemic, this is the time people have been writing, getting in the studio and really getting us out there national. So I gotta be the one to do that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that was one of my questions. Is what made you decide? And I asked this of a couple other people too. Like, I don't understand why. And I think I asked Carol this. I don't understand why when you have a person that's in a go, you're a little different because you're not in a go-go band per se, but
right,
in a go-go band, and you want to do a side project. I think I asked this. I had West from Got My Own Sound.
That's my man.
Last week. Yeah. We came up. We're from the same place. So I asked him, like, when you do another project, why do you not do go-go? Like, why do you, and why? Because I feel like we have, we sort of like sideline go-go. Like, oh, well, I'm doing this go-go shit to make a couple dollars, but really I'm working on my rap project, or really I'm working on my R&B project, or, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's productive. Like, if you just take the time, if you put the same effort into writing great songs and doing good marketing that you would do behind your rap shit and do it with go-go, then it would be a lot further. But I understand why people don't do it because they feel like it's not going to return.
You said the number one thing and it's problems and that's the problem. Like marketing, like I got my man Mr. Exclusive in Atlanta at AUM Radio. I give him $150 every time my album drops just to market it all around the city. Pass out. That's how I got that Atlanta crowd. North Carolina, I holler at my man Sleeves. Give him $150 to market the album. It's all about marketing too. So when I come to their town, they already know who I'm at. Oh, this is one that Sleazy was just playing at the club in Charlotte. Blah blah blah. So you got to keep that going. I think the number one thing is go. We don't know how to market. People know it because when I go to perform in other cities, they introduce me Bam 640 DC Zone, and they be like, "This man about to crank this go-go," but whole time I'm just an artist. So I'm saying it's out there, but I think the original music it has to be good original music. Like some of this stuff is just not good enough for somebody to catch eye or play. They say, "Oh, nobody support go-go in the city, PGC, such. But if it's not good, they're not going to play it. It has to be good music, and that's where I stand on it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's as you know, that's what I've been saying for years. I think that's what I said when you brought me on your show. It doesn't yes, I understand, and I'm sort of one of the people that right before I started Mambo Sauce, I was really pushing original music. But again, just having original music isn't enough. It's got to be good. If it sucks, it doesn't matter. It's better to put out a great remake of a song than it is to put out a shitty original song. You know what I'm saying? So just do works and what people are going to react to. So just to back up a little bit to your upbringing, what for anyone that may be watching this not from the DMV or DC, and maybe nobody's watching right now, but people will hopefully watch later. What's the difference between? How do you describe the difference between Uptown and South? Uptown being Northwest and Southeast, and you know what I'm saying. Like for somebody that's not from DC, what are the different characteristics? And I ask you this because you so strongly identify with Uptown and with Northwest that you're a good person to ask. I think what's the difference?
The difference is, I think the loyalty and the OGs, like, and then I got a couple of my homies in Congress Park. You know what I'm saying? I done hung on the south side too. Langston Lane. Shout out to my man Tank. Like they just like when they get it, how they live it. Uptown is easy because Uptown from Southeast, different drugs was sold and different morals was like saying like the OGs wouldn't even let some dudes hustle if they was at a certain age, but they was trying to get some money. They'd take out their money and go to Athlete's Foot when it's right there across the street from the Black Hole. This when I'm growing up. It's not there now. But man, they will buy us shoes and stuff before we start hustling. But once we get at the age where you can't tell nothing. There's not enough OGs, and I think people don't know the history. But Southeast and Uptown, they like two different cities. They wear two different things. They wore DDTP. We wore Madness.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what
I'm
getting at. Is like from people that's from home, we know that it's different. Right. But somebody that's from Chicago, they might just be like, oh well, it's fucking DC. You know what I'm saying? Or like Chicago, you got the south side of Chicago is different than what I'm saying. So it's the sense. So I'm just trying to get at for people that may not be from the area, as we say, like what are the main characteristics that are different?
It's different. Like if a rapper came up in Southeast, he would get killed. He would get robbed and killed. If he came from Uptown, we'll smoke with him, and we'll smoke with him. We had Master P artists come through there. We had Mr. Magic, rest in peace. He came up there. G brought him up there. Like it's like the city, like it's two different things. Like we respect people that come in our hood from other people's trail not from there. He done came up there. Glizzy done hung with he done been on my neighborhood. My neighborhood is the love type of neighborhood. And I made a post the other day. It's new guys that are around there that don't even know who Bam 640 is. And it's just like when I go around there, they like, you don't know, that's the OG. Like people, the older guys and the youngest that grew up under me, they have to let them know. So like it's definitely different now. It's different now. Like you could go hang in somebody's hood now. Back in the Ronnie T days, 93, 95, that was not happening. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's different.
I want to shout out a couple of people that's on here right now. Hey, if you're hey Tyra, if you're on Instagram, make sure you head over to YouTube, youtube.com/GoGoTix. That's where you can see the other side of the conversation. Bam 640 just called himself an OG, so you can look and see he got great.
Yeah, I'm over that. That's what they call me around OG. They call me OG or That's what they call me around the OG or But the people that know me that I grew up with, they call me.
There you go. All right, so we got my man Gino on here. He says from EU. He says finally, Bam finally got his Cricket Mobile.
It ain't even Cricket.
It's a Metro PCS joint together. So he got good clear Wi-Fi today. So we're good. Rhonda Gathers, thank you for coming on. She says she loves your Forever Legendary album and song. Your new album, Successful Ending, is fire. We got Tom Newman Project, the Nonstop Party on here. We got Sweaty on here. He said, I don't know what you're saying wow about. We got Rob on here. He said, tell Band at Washington Post. Rob said, what's up?
What's up, Rob? Okay, that's my man. See, one thing about me, they know what I do at work. I go to work with 100 CDs, and that's the one I bought them. I sell my CDs at work. They know what I do.
Hey man, you can't knock the hustle. Can't knock the hustle. So okay, so you're working on a GoGo album, right? So your point is that you want to try to get GoGo outside of the area, which of course is something that I support. So that's good to hear. So tell me about and again, like of course we got a lot of people on here that we know, but part of the purpose of this show is to shed some light on our culture for people that are not from the area.
Right.
So like when you speak and pretend as if people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They don't know who, any of these people are. So what is the role of a host in GoGo?
Never let the crowd get down. Never. That's not just GoGo. That's even hosting anywhere for the people that's out LA and North Carolina. Everybody that's listening, like you just gotta like it gotta be a natural gift. Like I know what I want to do when I come in there at halftime. I'm gonna hype the crowd up. I'm gonna support the bar. I'm gonna tell them go to the bar. The kitchen is wide open. Get ready for backyard northeast. Whoever coming up. The picture man right there. And I'm supposed to support their next events. Oh man, don't forget about next week, man. We're gonna be right at Middletown Hall, Northeast. Still for me, it has to be you gotta click. It has to be a natural. And shout out to Billy the Kid in 32 for grabbing me under their wing and teaching me that.
Well, so take it even further back than that. So from someone who might be from Minnesota, like they go to a concert, they don't necessarily expect to see somebody on a microphone hyping the shit up. They might have a DJ. The DJ might be doing that.
Right.
Or why is it a separate person in GoGo versus like if you go to a party in another city, generally it's a DJ, or unless they're like hiring a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? I'm
gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. No promoter has ever booked Bam 640 because he's a good host. Let's keep that G. They booked me because Bam is going to be online 24/7. He's going to tag everybody. He's going to sell at least 75 tickets. He's going to sell 10 tables. It's good for our event that Bam 640 is there because he got people that will follow him and sell things, and he's a good seller. And that's the truth.
You assist with the promotion of the show.
Right.
So using that thought process, why? I mean, I know you're not in a band, but what do you think the role of the band is? Because you're being hired to do something. I assume you're hired. You get paid the same amount whether there's 2 people there or 300 people there.
Right.
But yet you still feel that it's necessary for you to promote. What is your feeling on what the band's responsibility in promoting is?
I mean, different back in the days when you had Icy Ice and Walk Jam and those guys, we didn't have social media. Those guys at Big Vic and them, they used to just grab posters, and everywhere you went, you seen a poster of what was going on. Or they knew word got spread around. But I think these days, a band should promote, but the bands feel like they shouldn't promote because they're the entertainment. That's a promoter's job. Great. That's great. And that's totally understandable. But me, if I was in a band, I'm going to promote because I want my people there to see me perform. This shit is all about me.
Well, let me stop you for a second because that's not great. I don't want anybody to get that misconstrued. What? It is absolutely 100 million fucking % the band's job to promote the show. Okay. I don't care who told you it isn't.
But when I talk to some band members, they be like, "We there for the entertainment." I mean, I don't know because I'm not in the band. I never.
Right. No, I know, but this is what I'm saying. You have insight into that because you are being hired for almost the same thing as the band. You're there. That's why I was asking about what's the point of a host.
I take that back, and you're right. You're right because I always feel if a promoter like I charge from $150 to $250. The most I ever got for hosting is $400, and that was in North Carolina CIAA weekend.
Right.
So me
typically twice what it normally would be.
Right, but me, if you pay me $150 and I can't bring you $300 to work for people through the door, I feel you wasted your time by booking Bam 640. That's how I look at it.
Well, I disagree with you on a lot of things, but that is not one of them. I think I mean, I'm serious. Like I feel like that's something that bands really get wrong, and I feel like that's a lot of the reason why a lot of these bands are, like why you see the same 5 bands on top for 30 years, but look at what those bands do. Like I just had Dig Dug on, 2 weeks ago,
It's
and
my guy.
I remember when I first joined Northeast. I can't remember if it was Northeast or Solo, to be honest with you, but I do remember distinctly getting into this is 2000 or end of 99. This is not 94, 95, 92 when Northeast was on the way up. This is after Northeast was already go-go royalty. After
Right.
that, and I still distinctly remember getting in Dig Dug's minivan with a couple of it, with I think Maestro and a couple of, I can't remember who else, and literally driving around and stapling up fucking posters on telephone poles. And they were already Northeast Groovers. And if you want an example of right now, just go look at G's Instagram. Look at fucking Sauce's Instagram. Look at Los just mainly makes jokes, but still, look at almost any. Look at Tiffany, Sweet Things Instagram. They're already backyard. They're already the biggest band in the city, and they still the members in the band. Not every single member, but most of the members in the band promote the show. That's why they're at the top.
And they have that. And I'm gonna tell you a secret. Every year, G pays me to promote his birthday party. I don't know why he paid me or why he need me, because they seem like they do a
He
job.
might stop paying you. And Sweaty's on here. He might go back and tell him. So don't say that.
So listen, Rasan will and oh, that's my man, Sweaty, good guy. So what they do is he was like, okay, I'm gonna take an instance when he had his 80s, 90s parties. He called me. Rest in peace, Toya. Toya called me. We was on a 3-way. He said, "Bam, I got you on this joint. I need you to pump this joint." And before I know it, every band member had posted. When I started posting, it was already out there. He was already pushing it.
Right.
He was already pushing it. And then when he did that, I mean, that's who I got my ground from. And then I'm gonna say this, and you go on next question. Like me, people look up to stars. I looked up to a guy from my neighborhood, and that's G. I looked up to him because he gave him the mic. I seen the moves he making from the wide, and I seen the solo moves he was making. You know what I'm saying? From working at People's Drugstore with CVS when they was on the coop, and for him to step out like videos, movies, his own movie, his own production, I learned that. So I said, shit, if he could do that from another neighborhood, we from the same neighborhood. If I could do that with my grind and get in my lane, and then I'll be on. I mean, I'll be successful, and then that's what.
So two questions about that. One is, what do you think? What is it about him that gives him? Because this is what I see. Because I don't like. Obviously, I deal in GoGo, but I deal in a lot. I book artists all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I deal with a lot of industry shit, and there's a common theme of the people that are really successful in the music industry is that they're about the fucking work and they're not assholes. They don't have like I played. You remember I played with Backyard for a few months, right?
Right.
I played with a lot of other bands. I played with them for a few months, and the one thing I noticed is, I'm not saying there's zero ego in that band, but the level of ego in Backyard is significantly less than even a lot of the smaller bands.
I'm gonna tell you what it is about Backyard. I've been around him and Sweaty, cause notice like Sweaty interact with my sister. He know my mother is like we been out Geno's. Wincy might cook out and grab a plate, and we might have grown men conversation. That band, I can't speak for other bands because I haven't been around other bands except Junkyard. Like I be around them. Like in Junkyard the same way too. It's a family. It's not. It's about. It's how your kids doing. Or I'm gonna send your kids something in college. Or Sweaty. Or I'm gonna show up here, and it's like they might just go out to eat. Okay, okay, let's have the gathering, and we all gonna eat, and we're not gonna talk about music. We're gonna talk about family, and we're gonna draw. That band is seriously like a family.
Right, but agreed. And I remember going to North Carolina, and Wincy was at Safeway at the time and would make these fucking gourmet sandwiches.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
burgers, yo, the homemade Jones,
yeah,
yo.
man, and this shit was
Man,
so
wings,
banging.
man.
I would be like, damn, I feel like I'm rich right now eating this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm specifically asking about G in this case because of what he does outside of GoGo. What is it about his personality that you think, or his background, since you grew up around him? What do you think it is that gives him that? Like, I see him, you know what I'm
He
saying?
changed
G as a street dude, but you see him posting positive shit on.
now because he's changed. Like when you lose so many, his brother Tayon
Yeah,
Glover was my man. Him
yeah,
and Garvey, you will see him and Garvey together, and me and my cousin Big Dre would be together, and we'd just meet up and ride with Garvey, ride around smoking, just talking about life. But his brother, by losing your brother, and he just lost my ex-girlfriend, his sister Toya.
yeah.
I mean, he has dealt with a lot
I
of
didn't know Toya.
lot of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Taking care of his mom. I mean, looking out for everybody, his family, Chris Cuz, his cousin. It's just the transformation G has changed because now you could talk about G and he laugh it off and keep going like, man, there ain't nothing but somebody talking, man. They don't really know me. Go ahead. But back in '95, he probably pull up on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he changed his life for the better because he used to be ruthless. But now he changed his life for the better. And like people say, how he changed his life for the better, but he just caught a charge, and it's like dog, you gotta be careful. It's not good. I take a gun with me everywhere I go. I'm not trying to hurt nobody, but I don't want nobody to hurt me either. I want to be here for Bam Bam Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's even not cool. So now with me, I'm trying to change that around. That's why I got the Say to You program and all this stuff like that. Like me, what messes me up that I feel like I have to battle everybody that has a negative thing to say about Bam 640. And sometimes when you're in a position that I'm in or you in or other people in, you just got to know it because you don't want to mess up your business deals. But a parent see me going on the internet talking about fighting to do this and that. But this was the same guy last week that had my daughter at the station for an interview, making her cry, saying she loved Bam Bam 640. He a good positive role model. So you gotta pick your battles, and sometimes I just pick the wrong battle.
I want to stop you for a second, only because I don't have any idea what you're talking about, and I'm just saying that because not just me, but other people may not have been paying that close of attention, so they don't know what you're saying. So I want to use that as a segue though to say you piss a lot of people off, right?
Right.
And so, and I can relate to that because I piss a lot of people off. And the reason that I started this show is because I did. You probably remember a couple years ago, I did a Facebook rant. It was like an hour long. It was about 10 reasons why GoGo isn't further along and why it's your fault, right? And in 2 days, it got 10,000 views on Facebook, right? And I have a friend who told me some shit that I didn't want to hear because he's not really like to me. I feel like I'm speaking to the GoGo community because I've been in GoGo for 25 years, and I didn't feel like anybody would take it a certain way. But this guy's not. He's sort of in a community, but he ain't come from a community. He's from Richmond originally, and I didn't want to hear what the fuck he was saying. But after a while, I had to really internalize what he was saying, which was, Malachi, you doing that, you look like, to somebody that doesn't know, you look like the white dude yelling at black people, telling them what to do, right?
Right.
And so I had to take that in and say, that's not what I'm trying to be. I'm talking to my brothers and sisters that I came up with in this community that I want to see do better. Right. So I'm saying that, putting my shit out there and bringing it to you, because one thing that I noticed about you is, obviously you come from Uptown with Backyard. I played with Northern Groups for a long time. And so my question to you is, back up a little bit. That's the reason why I started this show. So instead of me going on Facebook and yelling at people and telling them what they're doing wrong and what they should be doing, let me interview people that have been there, that have done it, and we can have a conversation about this worked and that didn't work. and how can we do it and move it in a positive way forward. And especially what you talking about G and how G changed his life and is coming from a more positive place now. What I see from you is, you know, it's nothing wrong with bigging up backyard because they should be bigged up. They're doing great things, but you don't gotta put rapper down to do that.
Right.
You know
I know that, and me and Rapper had a conversation, but go ahead. Yeah.
Got you. No, that's cool. And I mean, again, I've been out of the loop. I haven't even been on Facebook for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, we talk. I mean,
talk shit about Donald Trump, but I haven't really been into GoGo shit that much, so I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not even saying it to point a finger at you or whatever. I'm just saying I'm trying to use it as an example for can GoGo take the lead of G. And you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily take the lead from me, but maybe do the same thing that I just said, which is instead of coming at everything from a negative and a combative sort of way. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is, oh, I'm right and you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Can we, and someone like yourself who likes to cause trouble, and can we come out from this is the thing. I know the reason why you do it, because this is the deal. On this show, I've done 79 of these shows, right?
Right.
I can't even fucking believe I've done that many. I think I got 15,000 views across all of them.
Right.
But when I was negative and yelled at people for an hour, I got 10,000 views in 2 days. I've been doing this shit since April. So I get it. Negativity is what brings the eyeballs. And I don't know why that is. And it's worse now under Trump, and hopefully it'll get better under Biden. But we're attracted to the train wreck. We're attracted to the fucking spectacle. You know what? And that's not just GoGo. That's everything.
I'm gonna tell you what makes me go off when I got mad. When people talk about certain bands, or people talk about this, but they don't really have the balls to say it. So I do have the balls to say it. I really speak my mind. There's too much fake stuff going GoGo. Like you would tell a nigga would look you in your face. Y'all, they was on their shit last night, boy. They was cranking like a motherfucker. This is everywhere. And then you looking like, was we really just watching the same show? Was we really in the same building?
Well, you also got to remember an opinion on how a band sounds is just that. It's an opinion. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? My wife loves fucking reggae music. I'm not that big a fan of reggae.
Nigga, his Wi-Fi gone. Go ahead, please. I'm gonna wait on you. His froze up, y'all. Not mine. It's not that easy.
On Instagram, folks.
Nah, go ahead. You good?
Nah, I think that's on my side.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
The building. Hold on.
Man, please come back. This is a great ass interview, y'all. I'm talking about. Oh, it's an hour long. No, this is what makes sure I can cook. Gotta wait for him to come back, y'all.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
The building Wi-Fi takes over the fucking Wi-Fi in my place, and it sucks. So sorry about that. So I guess what I'm saying is people can have a different opinion on what a band sounds like. You know what I'm saying? But I guess what I'm saying is you got. Go ahead, say it. My man Fillmore Wax from out here said it froze when I mentioned reggae. So can't talk about right now. I got to get my man Ross Lidge on here. But I'm just saying. So I don't dislike reggae. I like reggae. It's just not like I'm not gonna bump reggae, and if you know what I'm saying, like I'll listen to it if it's on, but I'm not gonna like choose it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that. Is what's the best use of the energy? Like, is it the best use of your energy if you're trying to do something positive and you're trying
and you're not
a record? Is it the best use of your energy to argue with somebody over whether
you're not exactly right? I didn't know Hey, listen, to be honest with you, and shout out to my homegirl Steph Level, who work at the station with me at Sister Network. And she's like, I've been around Ray all the years. You piss people off, dog. Like, she like, I never understood why people let you piss them off of all people. Like, I never knew my name hold that much weight. Like, you could say something like Northeast one crank, I was disappointed. I could say, man, Northeast was what they look over everything everybody else said, but attack Bam 6'4". I never knew my
Because
name was that
because
big.
it's the way. It's not about. It's not. I'm not saying your name doesn't hold it. I'm not trying to shit on you and say your name doesn't
Now
hold
go
it. It's about your approach. It's about the way you say it. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. The way you say it is the reason why people pay attention to you, because they're looking for the drama. They're looking for, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's how fucking Cardi B made it. That's how, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how people are getting attention these days. People have there's a lot of distractions. There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's the TV, there's whatever. There's every kind of thing going on, and people only have short attention spans. So in order to get their attention, you gotta do something that's going to get their attention. But my question to you is it possible to get people's attention with positivity as opposed to negativity?
Exactly, but because now, like, even ever since that shit happened, with me and L, people talk about me on the GoGo report every day. I haven't responded at one time, cause they looking for a reaction. Because when you talk about Bam 640, it's 500 likes and 1,200 comments easily. So now people feel like, okay, he the big, so I'm gonna talk about Bam, though talking about Bam 640, or look up internet. Like, people post up about me, not even my friends on Facebook, but as me being an artist, as me being a host, or me being this entertainment thing, I leave my Facebook public because you never know who's watching. That's why I got 3 that's maxed out with 5,000. So you never know who's watching. I got fans out in Atlanta or North Carolina, stuff like that. But now I'm at the point right now that I had Big Tony called me. I had Heartbeat call me. I had some legendary people call me. My man Burry from Society 66. I had a lot of people call me. Steph Love would talk to me. Whoever thought that would happen. But they drop out because they see the potential and they see the way in how I grab the whole DMV. So now it's just got to be all positive forward thing from there. So on that question, you're exactly right. You got to turn that negative into positivity. Like, negativity, even though it don't get that much positivity, don't get that much views and nothing, but still, who doing it for views and stuff? You doing this because you like to do it. I'm on the radio because I like to do it, and I like to do it because I mean, just what I like to do. Like Super Dan said to me when I first came in this game, I said, yeah, Dan, I was doing shows for free at this time. This 2011. Super Dan said, don't do it for the money, do it for the culture. And once you do it for the culture, the money will come. That's the most wisest thing he ever said to me.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's in anything in life, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of the reason why I think GoGo is where it is, because everybody's doing it for $150 instead of trying to make great shit. This is what I'm saying. If you make great shit, it will cut through. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you know who this guy is, but it's a guy named Gary V, right? Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm gonna text you his information. So he is a loud, obnoxious, cussing motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
But he's positive with it, and he gets a lot of attention. So what I'm saying, and that's, you know, he's one of the many people that I try to like model myself after a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be okay, so DC Super Sid says, why is GoGo the only genre that can't be critiqued? No matter how tactfully you give criticism, band members don't take it well.
Hey, that's my guy right there. Hey, look, that's my guy. He was on my show last night talking about that stuff. He's a great positive writer. Matter of fact, he took me to my studio session. I did a studio session with Wings World, new artist, and we was in that joint.
Savage Nero, yeah. I did their website, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's yep, Endless Dreams, man. That's what's next. And he got an artist named Savage Nero, it's all that. But yeah, but he's right though. Like, it's something about GoGo that, like, you can't be honest with nobody. Like, you can't be like me.
But I think that I think there's enough. I think there's blame enough to go around on both sides of that equation. For one, is yes, you need to be able to take constructive criticism from people that are in a position to give that constructive criticism because they actually have knowledge about it. You know,
Right.
about the situation. But what I see, especially in a group like the GoGo Report, no disrespect to the GoGo Report, I think it's amazing that there's 30,000 people in the GoGo group. That shit is great. However, what I see is a bunch of people that ain't never did shit in GoGo or otherwise, speaking as if they have this grand knowledge of how the music industry works.
Brother,
And
that's all I be saying.
and I'm just like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. I would venture to say that I probably know more about the music industry than 99 how it works than 99.999% of the people in the GoGo Report. And I also at the same time know that lets me know that I know nothing. I still don't know shit because I'm not in a fucking mansion. I'm in a nice apartment in California. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but I busted my ass for everything that I have too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still, I'm not driving a fucking Tesla or a McLaren or all this shit that I see. It's a fucking two dudes in my building with Bentleys. I don't have one. I got a fucking 2012 Lexus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not where I want to be yet either. But I'm also not like all the time trying to like prove that I know all this shit. That's why I'm talking to people that like I can learn from everybody because everybody knows something, even if they haven't done as much as you.
Not
So
everybody.
not to listen to anybody that hasn't done as much as you, but I'm just saying don't be the asshole that acts like they fucking know everything when you've never done anything except work for a fucking UPS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to UPS, but that doesn't make you an expert in the music industry or even.
Hey, that's like, listen, that's like I was in the studio and the dude was like, said, how that sound? I think the mix off. I was like, I couldn't tell you if the mix was on or right. I don't know how to control none of that shit. I'm just an artist. I lay it down and you mix it how you gonna mix it. If I like it, I like it. You don't do that. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about the auto tune buttons. I don't know how to get somebody levels. I can't run a board to save my life. I can just lay the shit down and sit back and watch. That's all I could do.
Right. Well, so okay, so I'm gonna get I'm gonna have somebody edit this part. I'm gonna get Bam 640 right now on Gogotalx to commit to being a more positive influence in the online GoGo world. Yes, you gonna commit that to me?
Yeah, I commit that to you because I mean it's another way about it. Especially, man, the kids love me, man. Me or not, man. The youth love me, man.
You look like Santa Claus. You and Kato, y'all. You got your beard out a little bit more.
My
Kato,
shit a little shorter than him though. Kato jump kind of big, but yeah, man, it's all about positive. It's about I don't even have nothing to say because after that opinion, my opinion doesn't make it right or wrong. It doesn't make it right, and I be telling people like that, like people like dog. I never know my whole like when I said the thing about the vibe thing, right?
What did you say exactly? Because again, I've been sort of out of the loop.
I said that I don't understand how Vibe makes all this money by playing somebody else's music.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's quite a few. I would tell you this. One of my biggest clients is a booking agent. Is a Prince tribute band, a band that and not the one from DC. They're from Milwaukee. The dude literally dresses up like Prince, and the whole band dresses up like Prince's band. And they make more money than all of the GoGo bands. Wow. So there's and I booked a lot of shows for Vibe. I booked every time they play a City Winery, I book them there. Vibe sells tickets. They sell tickets. People come to see them play.
And that's what I say. And I'm saying if you selling tickets or if you a great band, you packing out, my shit don't mean nothing. I'm not even in the band.
Well, I don't know what happened. You just told me what you said. I don't know what happened.
I said it and they was like this bad. I mean, like they was real mad, but I think I had blew out
the band or people in the group.
Some people in the band. I know the manager was upset, but he wasn't more upset at my company because I was on my live, and when I was talking about that, a lot of people agree. And Blue Eyed Daryl from Junkyard was on, and he was like, I asked Dirk. We had a little disagreement because he asked Dirk stop playing Junkyard stuff. So and then I think that's when it got escalated. It wasn't so having that I said, but even people get mad what I say on my show. Like, I mean, the shit is called the GoGo platform. I just don't invite GoGo band members. I had a GoGo fan. My man Kevin was on there talking about GoGo as from a fan point of view, and he was saying we at war. There's no originality. But it's the same thing you saying, but it's the same thing. But it really hurt me that Backyard. I know Backyard has like over 20 original groups since this pandemic. I'm telling you that for a fact. It hurts me that nobody else followed that lead to take this time. And he, as a fan, said,
well, let me say something, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but Backyard hasn't put any of them out, so nobody knows that but you. So it's entirely possible that other bands might have 20 joints that they recorded that they didn't put out too. So you don't necessarily know that.
But like, okay, like the 2020 Dope Jam is original. It's out.
Okay, it's out. So one song.
Yeah. But I'm just saying. But
First of all, before we go any further, where the fuck is Hood related to? If we're going to talk about Backyard putting music out, that shit been supposed to come out for 2,700 years, and it's still
that's true.
I want to hear it.
People waiting on Hood related too. I like Hood related one. It they debuted at 66 on the Billboard charts. I think that's a great album. That was some original. It was some good original stuff.
I was trying to make a joke, Bam. Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying though, it's a Hood related too. Supposed to come out. Actually, it was supposed to come out, I think, 2002. So it's been a while.
I feel like it was before that, but yeah. But anyway, regardless, yeah. No, I'm 100% with you. But here's the other thing that I will say, because I've asked a bunch of people on this show, Donnell Floyd, Killer Cal, and I asked Wes last week, do you need a band to be GoGo? And almost to a person, they've said no, because you reference Stinky Dink, you reference Vinny D, you know what I'm saying? Chuck Brown technically was an artist that had a backup band. It wasn't, you know, it's the Chuck Brown band now, but it wasn't the Chuck Brown band then. It was Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers, meaning Chuck Brown is the artist. So this is my thing. Instead of saying, well, why aren't bands making music right now? Do what you're doing, which is make a motherfucking record. Talk to Stomp Dog, who's, you know, and whoever else is producing GoGo records, and keep that shit going. And well, you know,
my man Sid that's on here now, him and my man, the owner station said, man, I support. I'm a sponsor with whatever you behind. You great. I think you need to put out a GoGo album. So automatically, it was two people that came to my mind with GoGo album. I thought about Stomp Dog and I thought about Jam and Jeff, and another one is Demi Doc. Because I know if I'm gonna make a GoGo album, that's who's gonna be my producer. I'm booking the 18 off the break. We're gonna get in the lab and we're gonna make some music and we're gonna go away and then make a hit. And now, like the Essence Joint was cool, but I was saying reason the Essence Joint didn't grow because the whole GoGo community didn't get behind them. We look at it, oh, there ain't nobody but Snoop, all that shit was whack. This, like, we supposed to get behind it and push that shit together as a community. It would have got out there more. So it doesn't make sense if you have original music if nobody's pushing it behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, this is the other thing though. I know for a fact, because it's my homie, that there is somebody that works at a major label that is pushing that song in other markets. It's just not. It's not resonating everywhere, and it reminds me of, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's the thing that I don't think people understand. Do you realize that out of all the songs that whatever Mary J. Blige released or whatever, like she might have released 300 songs, and you only heard 4 of them? It's because all artists in other genres put out a shitload of music, and even more so now than they did before. You know what I'm saying? And not all of it hits, not all of it. But it's like in GoGo, we think the whole genre of music is supposed to put out 3 songs a year, and if one of them doesn't become the Billboard #1, then we didn't make it.
That's and another thing, I don't know how GoGo operates when they put out records, but me me, like I say, my song, The Situation, that was played in LA, North Carolina, South Carolina. Shout out to my man DJ Rand in Miami. They played at a club and they sent me the video. I'm like, oh shit, they playing my record. But we have to stick with a hit and push it. Like we might make a hit today and we might promote it for a month, 30 days, and then another one we coming up with another single. We have to stick with the genre of that hit and just singing in people's heads, singing in people's heads, singing in people's heads. And that's how music grows. And you know that by dealing with industry people. They don't put out this and that. They might put it out, but they ain't gonna really lead you to the next hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, part of what people in the industry do is they put out. First of all, they create a lot of content. That let's just start there. Go-go bands don't create a lot of content because creating, and I don't even necessarily mean just originals. Like even if you're creating and like you're doing a remake of another song, if you're doing Hello or what, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like I'm just saying, they still created their version of Hello. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You is a Dolly Parton song. It's not even her song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she still created that version of that song. You know what I'm saying? So when I say create, I don't necessarily mean you got to come up with a brand new song from scratch. I'm just saying create a piece of content, a piece of music, a video, or something, or whatever. And then what industry people do is they make a lot of shit because it's their priority to make shit. And then they put it out, and they might put it out on a SoundCloud or a Bandcamp or something like that. And they start to see what is organically getting some traction, meaning people are starting to, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of people. It doesn't have to be 1 million people. It doesn't have to be a big group. Just are people reacting to this? You test it. You see what people are reacting to. And then when you see that people are reacting to a song or a couple of songs, that's when you pour the gasoline on it. But if you try to put out one song a year, and even if what happens, most go-go bands don't put any promotional budget behind anything they do, or they put out one song and they put all of their money behind that one song, and then that song ain't the hit. And then you get frustrated because nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a hit. Like this is like just what you were talking about with your guy in Miami. Go-Go is in the party business. He's playing it in the club, not in the record business. So it's okay if that's what we want to stay. That certainly there's an argument for that. There's a lot of people that just think, well, Go-Go should just stay in DC and just be what it is, and that's cool. I respect that. That's not what I want for Go-Go, but that doesn't mean that that's what everybody should want.
Yeah, I run to a lot of people that say our music ain't meant for the world. But if you're not making music for,
it's fine. Oh, and I'm totally cool with that. But what I'm not cool with is for you to say, I want to be Beyonce, but then you only put in the effort of a motherfucker that wants to play next Friday at Fast Eddie's.
You got a point there, man. You got a point there. You got a point there, and that's what I've been saying. And that's how you say you gotta. It ain't what you say; it's how you say. See how you just broke that down? I would not. I'm like, man, that's just some shit y'all need to get back. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's different ways you gotta say it. When you're in the business, you're in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, but like I said, but it's about working with people like dog, like trying to tell you my whole album. People like this. Where the fuck is Bam getting these beats? All them DMV producers, boy, and they ain't had to go nowhere from Caddy Music to Justin Wells, everybody I work with. I even got Lady T that made a beats for me. Pedro North, all them DMV producers, they right here. You ain't gotta go out to see.
But the other thing is, you don't even necessarily need to. I mean, if you're doing hip hop, you don't need to even contain yourself to the DMV. There's the fucking internet. You could get an artist that I was working with in 2009 was getting most of his beats. He's a DMV artist, but he was getting most of his beats from Germany. This was 2009. Yeah. That was 11 years ago. You know how much easier it is to get beats from elsewhere right now? It's 1 million producers on the internet trying to sell their beats to people.
Nobody want to spend money, man. And then you got to invest in yourself. I'm going to bet on me all the time. So I spend the money for the marketing, promotion, flyers, covers. You know what I'm saying? One dude said, man, you paying $50 for a cover? If that shit look legit, I'm gonna pay. Like people get mad. Like I can't believe, man.
Wait a second. You just said somebody asked you paying $50 for a cover. What, a cover design?
Yeah, it's too much. You know, somebody.
Okay, stop. Let me stop you for a second. Don't ever talk to that person again, because $50 is the fucking most cheapest shit ever in life. Like that's. I wouldn't even look. I wouldn't even, if you came to me, and I don't really do graphic design anymore, but I used to. Every single thing you saw from Mama Sauce, I designed that shit until after I left. If somebody came to me and said, design me an album cover for $50, I would laugh them out of my fucking, off my phone line. So don't listen to that person. $50 is super affordable.
Right. And that's me about visions. And that's another thing about vision. I look at some of these go-go flyers. I say, man, you got to be kidding me.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I just so happen to have created a solution for this problem. So I didn't mean to plug my own shit, but thank you for being the promoter that you are. And so I originally created this site. The story behind GoGoTix was this. This was typically I plan my shit out very detailed. And Mambo Sauce was conceived 3 years before I even ever started putting it together. GoGoTix was kind of just came out of thin air, because there's a Nico, I'll just say Nico, asked me to help him figure out, this was many years ago, he's got it figured out now, but asked me to help him figure out how to get more traffic to GoGo Radio, right? I said, put the shows on the page, because you only got 5 people want to know where their band is playing. The bands don't have websites. You can't hardly ever find the flyers. This was probably 7-8 years ago, so we're not talking about now.
I think I probably was at GoGo Radio at that time. Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was on there with Bugs then. GoGo on the streets.
Yeah, probably it was around that time. Yeah. So and then I said, yo, just put the fucking show, just put all the shows up. Like you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So he didn't do it. Super Dan, same thing when he started his joint. Asked for my advice about that. I told him the same thing. Neither one of them did it. I respect it. They got a different vision. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, neither one of them are going to do it. So I'm going to do it. Because for me, if I live in LA, I lived in LA for the last 5 years. If I come home and I want to see a band, I don't want to have to go through the GoGo report and 7,000 arguments about which lead talker is the best to be able to find out where Backyard is playing on Friday if I don't fucking live at home anymore, right? So other people that are in the same position as me. And I also wanted to create a place where if I live in Ohio and I don't know what the fuck GoGo is, but I saw Sugar Bear and James Funk on the BET Awards, I'm like, oh, that's just pretty cool. And I look up, I look on TMOT and I look up, the great work that Kato does. And I'm more interested, and I'm coming to DC for a conference or something. Oh, I might want to go check out a band, but how the fuck am I going to know where to go see him? Where can I go see him? Because none of the bands have websites. None of the bands don't promote themselves. So that's why I put GoGoTix together. So I know this is a long story, so I'll wrap it up. But so that's why I started GoGoTix. And then when the pandemic hit, when the show stopped, and I needed a reason to, because I'm a booking agent. That's my primary gig that I own. And that's so not just GoGo stopped, but shows everywhere stopped. I had to cancel shows in Australia, cancel shows all across the country, everywhere. So I need a reason to put on a clean shirt every day. So I'm like, I talk to people like you all day, every day about the same shit we're talking about right now. So I'm like, I might as well just put it on TV or on YouTube, and I'll put it on the show. So what I noticed is one of the rules that I made about posting your shows on GoGoTix is I'm not posting flyers, because just like you just said, 99% GoGo flyers look like shit. And I'm trying to create a presentation that if somebody from Saudi Arabia or wherever looks at it, it looks as good as complex.com. You know what I'm saying? It looks like, oh, what is this GoGo shit? This is cool. I want to know what this is, right? But most GoGo flyers look like some local janky bullshit. Let's keep it real. So I said I'm not posting flyers, but of course people want flyers. So what I did was just recently I said, okay, well I'm gonna build up my team. What's up, Doc? Faces, you know, I assume it's Doc on
Oh,
here.
that's my man.
Yeah, on Instagram. Doc, come on over to youtube.com/GoGoTix. I'm gonna hit you up after this too, because I gotta get you on here too, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good guy right there.
Yeah,
That's the
nah, man.
only
I've known
that's
Doc
the
for
only
like
band I
15
haven't
years.
got on stage with. I'm definitely going. I told Doc I'm definitely gonna come through and like that motherfucker up for him one time.
Yeah, nah, man. They're one of the best bands, best bands
But I'm
going.
looking at this shirt, and then I'm definitely gonna order me two, cause that go as fuck shirt. I need that. That's a good representing right there. See,
Thanks, man.
Marvin, I like
It.
that. I'm looking at it right here. I like that. Give me a.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. So, anyway, so to finish up this long ass story, what people are gonna want flyers. So what I did was I just said, okay, well, I'm gonna put my team together of designers that I have, and I'm just gonna provide the flyers too. So instead of just buying the advertisement on the site, you can also get the flyer signed as well, and it's gonna be a good flyer. So I will show you real quick. So for example, I just did this one for my man. I don't know if you wanted me to say that it was his show, but sorry, I'm gonna put it out there. Hold on one second.
That's nice.
Wait, I didn't. So can you see it?
What the I seen the flyers. I didn't know you did the backyard New Orleans zone. That's nice.
I didn't just I booked that show. I'm the one that booked them down there.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Yeah, I booked that show, and I had my one of my guys do the flyer. So yeah, so this is the flyers that we do.
You know I seen, one thing I can say about Backyard and G. Yeah, you did that show. I remember you did that over because that first one was horrible. Yeah. But on to another story. But but you know what I'm saying? But another thing, that's why I like about Backyard, and I'm not using them because that's my band and that's my family. But they're really, you cannot put an ugly out ass fly on Backyard. Because Johnetta would definitely check you like, nah, that we can't put that one out. So it's definitely about that. And it's definitely about vision. If everybody say they do flies, a fly is not Photoshop. And some flies I done seen my son do better flies.
Yeah.
And I'm serious, and it's about vision. That's why people don't understand why I paid 50 and 60 for my flies, because if the shit right, that's just what it is. I'd rather pay the extra money to have it right. It's some
50 or 60 is super inexpensive. When I used to do flyers, I used to charge $125. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, that was before a whole lot of people started doing flyers. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's what you should pay now. But the way I got it now is not only so far, this is only a limited time joint for COVID because I know people are hurting right now. But for limited time, you do $99. You get the flyer design, which first of all is better than I'm just gonna say it's better than anybody else in DC, the flyers that they're doing. You also get the featured listing on the page so for example, right here, when you first go on GoGoTix.co, the very first thing you see, Serious Company live stream right here. This is the very first thing you see, or this one's over, so it needs to come down, but it'll come down in a day or two. But the very first thing you see, or if you go to the events page, then you see these flyers. You know what I'm saying? These are the premium shows. So you get that, and then you get also direct ticket link. So you could just click on, when I go back to the other page, you'll see if you could just click on it, you could buy tickets to the live stream or to your show or whatever. Plus, I got an email blast that goes out every Monday, and I do a ticket giveaway. So I do a text blast where you text in and you get a chance to win, win 2 tickets to the show. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that for City Winery and Live Nation shows all last year. So but then if you go to the events, you also can. This shit right here, here you go. Gogotalx W BAM 640. There you go.
Yeah.
But
that's what's up.
The free listing looks like, right? So say, for example, this joint with ABM, album release and birthday bash, You don't even got to pay for this shit. Just send your shit in. Just
Damn, you
send
got
your
my man Doc
information.
next week, huh? I just interviewed him yesterday.
Say again.
What's that, Doc from Black Passion?
Yeah, he's on next week. Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna definitely watch. Hey, look, that's my man's a good guy right there.
Yeah.
My only go-go track on the album is me with Black Passion on one of their original tracks. So
Okay.
I put that on the album that's live, and people been like, this is the first time I ever put an album on Spotify, and we up to 3,000 streams
That's
on
what's up.
the side of the album. I mean, it's just about working, man. Like I said, I love to see, man. I love this go-go shit so much, and I can never turn my back, no matter how much negative or people try to bash it. Man, it's no. And go-go got me ready for my rap performances, because now people like, man, why you so good at your stage presence? Because I've been performing on, on live so many years. It's like easy to me when I like people like, man, you ain't scared of performing in front of 100 people that don't know you. I've been doing this all my life with go-go, so it's different. Like live, like rappers don't perform a lot, but when you performing live every week, man, it gets you ready, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the go-go that's doing it.
Indeed, indeed. Well, thank you, Doc. My man Doc on Instagram said, "It's Doc. I got a lot of marketing strategies from talking to Mr. John's Real Talk." Well, thank you, sir. You taught me a lot over the years as well. I appreciate it, and we'll definitely get you on the show coming up here soon too. I appreciate you tuning in. All right, Bam. Tell everybody what you got coming up.
Man, I got coming up. Y'all know it's Ti and Jeezy next Thursday, so we having a versus DC versus Baltimore, and it's live performance. Five DMV, I mean 5 DC rappers, rappers from Baltimore. I was one of those ones picked. That'll be going, the GoGo platform every Tuesday, 3 to 6, Cosby Radio every Saturday, 6 to 8. I've really been chilling off the hosting. People that wanted me to host, I've been giving them to my co-host Mimi, because she's really, really good. And I'd rather shine a light on her since I've been doing so much. So it's been basically about the rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like I was I'm working on the GoGo album, going to be released on Memorial Day. The Way of Life, with 5 new songs and my greatest hits I ever put out. Also, I got a new song coming out with Killer Cal and Wale. That thing gonna be off the fire, you know what I'm saying? So once Wale send a verse over, I'm gonna send it to Killer Cal. So we just working, that's all, man. Keep it positive.
That's what's up. All right, so everybody that's watching, I have the commitment right here.
Yeah.
I'm 640.
Yeah.
He is going to turn this shit around and
Positivity, man.
become a troll for positivity
Oh,
instead of
let me say one thing. I forgot to say one thing. I forgot to say one thing, and I'm out. During this pandemic, man, we the most kids has been suffering is the children of you. We never had nothing like this growing up, and they have not been able to go to school. They haven't had the programs, and their parents been struggling to pay bills just like all of us. But we're having a toy drive, and we've been taking families down now. So anybody that's in the DMV area, we doing a toy drive on the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th. The 12th and the 19th, people on the list could bring their kids up there and pick up their gift. We got donations. We got Trayvon White, the Ruby May. We got organizations that's helping us out. So on December 25th, these kids could wake up with a smile on their face. So that's what we're doing for the youth.
is there because I asked you what was going on and you rattled off about 700 things and ain't nobody gonna remember all that shit. Is there like a website or is you have a link tree on your Instagram or some kind of way that
Yeah,
people
it's Uncensored Network. It's uncensorednetwork.com. It show you all the information you need to know.
uncensored? I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Uncensored
Network.com.
network.com, and that's where you do your show, right?
Yeah.
And what's the date and time? What's the date and times of your show?
Tuesday is the GoGo platform from 3 to 6 p.m. And Saturday is from 6 to 8, Cozy Radio. I got 2 different shows because I separate the GoGo from the rap and all that stuff. So really what we do on Tuesdays, the GoGo, anybody that's in GoGo talk about GoGo. We interview them. We was just talking about the GoGo Wars yesterday. And Saturday we do bring the business owners, probably somebody like yourself or might be a girl that sells sex toys, and might be a guy that sells T-shirts or whatever. So we try to get in
Wait,
there.
did you say sex toys? What the hell kind of shit y'all got going on?
No, maybe be girl on there that got a sex business per romance. Actually, that's one of our sponsors. She actually sponsors a show, the GoGo platform. So like she sells sex toys, massage oils, and all that. Some of y'all guys that can't get it up, she can help you out. All right.
I guess it is called the Uncensored Network, right? So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
You laugh. Hey, look.
I was not prepared for that at all. Like that's not where I thought this interview was going. All right. So if you want to learn more about the 857 things that Bam just said he got going on right now, most importantly, the toy drive for the kids,
Right.
or the sex toys, whichever you prefer, I guess, whatever floats your boat. Head over to uncensorednetwork.com. Bam, I'm looking forward to hearing some good news about you using your voice for good in the world, and I know you are to a certain extent already. But you know, I think you know, I know you got a good heart, and I appreciate it, and thank you for inviting me on your show, and
Always.
and thanks for coming on here. So everybody check out uncensorednetwork.com for more information about BAM. And yeah, man, next week we got your man Doc from Black Passion.
Black
So,
Passion, man. Great band. Original. I'm talking about original music, boy. That guy, man. I love it, man. I love it, man.
there you go. All right, BAM. Thanks, man. I
All right.
appreciate you joining us, bro. Have a good
All
one.
right. No problem.
All right. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. That was Talks for today. Check out GoGoTix.co for all the upcoming shows that are coming up. We'll try to keep you abreast. I know that conditions are changing on the ground in Maryland right now, so not sure what the state of lockdowns, etc., is going to be. But hopefully we'll get through this soon. I haven't ever asked for any support before, and I don't expect it. But if you feel so inclined, you know, I do have to pay for this platform, and you know, I do this for free every week. So if you are feeling generous and would like to donate to GoGoTix, Gogotalx, you can do so below at Cash App is just GoGoTix. Or PayPal is getgogotix@gmail.com. Thank you, Prosperity Band. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, again for tuning in. Thanks to Bam for coming through. You can check out GoGoTix.co for all the upcoming shows. Again, next week we got Doc Robinson from Black Passion, and I think the week after that is my man Diallo, who is the founder of the Adinker group, who took this is the group that took Backyard to Africa, and you know, hopefully they'll once the world opens back up, they'll be able to take more go-go to Ghana. So yeah, so check Bam out at uncensorednetwork.com. Donate if you feel like it, and thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next week, same time, same channel, gogotix.co. Thank you, G Pluck One. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't get to your comment about Icy Hot. Sorry about that. But yeah, thank you guys very much. Have a good week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. All right, have a good one.